You have seen many online ads talking about owning second property without touching your cash savings, and then you will pay the same amount of mortgage while owning two same properties. How does it really work? I'm going to review to you today the exact techniques that I have helped my clients to upgrade and have two properties and collect passive income. Majority of my clients will fall into this situation similar to Michelle and Joseph. I met them a few months ago. They told me that they have purchased this Loyang 3-bedroom property many years back. They want to move to prime East Coast to have a change of lifestyle. And meanwhile, they want to tap on their profits to buy a second investment property. So the rental collected can help to fund them in their retirement goals. So like you, they have concerns about risk, about owning two properties. For example, how can they maximize their TDSR? How do they leverage on their current strong income and get full 80% loans and possibly stretch their loan tenures to 30 years, the maximum that you can get. And finally, I shared with them the importance of having the reserve funds. How can these reserve funds help you? In case that you become jobless or you decide to not work anymore, this money could help you tide over the mortgages that you need to pay over the next 1 year or maybe 2 years or sometimes even longer, 3 years. So how do we actually go into owning two properties? Let me show you. So before they met me, this was their initial plan. They want to buy a 1.3 million property to live in. So you can see that their mortgage is going to be costing $4,000 a month right here. Okay, the husband and the wife are both currently working, so they will have a CPF contribution of $1,260 a month. If you were to deduct the CPF contribution against the mortgage, they will need to top up cash $1,500 to live in this condo. So before they met me, they are satisfied with this current situation. So now I tell them, what if you could own the second property without much risk, without needing to pay extra mortgages on the second property, and in fact, it helps you to generate passive principal savings. How does it work? So I showed them this option of owning two properties. As you can see, we remain the same here. We buy a $1.3 million property for their first homestay. Okay, but now the husband only owns this current property, so he will contribute a $1,260 CPF amount. Now, the cash needed to top up to stay in this apartment is now higher. It is at $2,745. Not to worry. When we come to the second property, I asked them this: why not we get a one-bedroom apartment that costs about $680,000 to $700,000? All right, your mortgage is going to be $2,000 or $2,095. The wife is going to contribute CPF amount to this mortgage, and you are going to collect a rental of at least $2,000. So there will be a positive cashback of $1,165. Now, if you were to go back to the previous first property, they need to top up $2,745 for the first property, but they collect $1,165 from the second property. So if you were to net off and you were to come to here, they actually pay $1,580 a month to own two properties instead of $1,485 to own one property. So what are the benefits of owning this second property, this second investment of yours? I showed them this table and they can understand actually what they will be receiving after 4 years, after 8 years, when they sell off the property for profits. Now you can see this. Your mortgage is being split up into principal savings and interest due to the bank. If your apartment has been rented out for a 2-year contract or another second 2-year contract, you will be saving this principal amount of $1,300 every month, and over a year, it accumulates to be an estimated of $16,000 in a year. So imagine this: if you were to keep this property for just 4 years, 16,000 times 4, it's easily $64,000 in passive principal savings, which the tenant paid for you. So now we have not factored into any consideration of capital upside, capital appreciation. So imagine this: if you were to keep it for a total of 8 years, it is easily 100 over thousands of passive savings paid by the tenant, and not a single cent is being paid by you. So now, how do we actually find properties that can be easily rented out and there is a strong demand and the rental rates are very good? So I shared with them this research that I have done. As you can see, this is a rental contracts done in the entire month of March in this particular condo. These are sources from URA. They record the rental contracts being done. you can see that there is easily 15 to 20 March transactions. That means 15 to 20 tenants have been renting at this particular condo for the one-bedroom apartments right here, one-bedroom apartments. And the lowest rent is in fact $3,000 and as high as perhaps $4,600. So this is the kind of data that I shared with them on how do you actually choose the right property. So now fast forward 27 years later at their retirement age, they're going to retire easily with two properties, two fully paid up properties worth $2 million. So now today, if you are a property owner, you're looking for options to grow your wealth or upgrade, contact me today and I will answer all your questions.